Welcome to the Fallout post-apocalyptic edition, where we dive into the fallout of your favorite reality TV shows. Now the hands. I'm trying it out new this time. We're going hands afterwards. And today we're going to be reviewing episode 17 of Big Brother Canada 9, also known as the double eviction, or the first double eviction, according to TikTok.
Yeah, that is a little odd.
Just a little bit. I'm Logan Murphy.
I'm Jordyn Lagace, also known as BBCAN source.
And I have to call out Miss Jordyn Legacy in this moment right now. Speaking of BBCAN source, I was made aware by my own research today that I am not followed by BBCAN source, and I am mad. And yes, I am calling you out live on the internet right now to tell you about that, Miss Jordyn Legacy.
Oh, well, I will probably fix that.
No, you won't. You're gonna forget. I know you will. Oh, Lord. It's okay. I'm not mad. I just thought it was so funny. I was looking at it today. But yeah, so we're going to be talking about...
mostly alumni.
Which is fair. I get it. Like, I'm not mad at it. But yeah, so we will be talking about this double eviction that happened. It existed. It was a thing. But before we get started with talking all things double eviction, make sure if you are watching with us live or after the fact on YouTube, that you are liking, subscribing, commenting, interacting with us on there. And if you're listening to us afterwards, wherever fine podcasts are able to be listened to, make sure you are also following, subscribing, commenting, liking, doing all those things as well, because that really helps us out. We are a small podcast with questionable lighting on some people's ends. Trying to...
Okay, call yourself out now.
No! My lighting has gotten better. My lighting looks great right now. I don't know what you're talking about. But without further ado...
it's still daylight over there.
No, it's actually dark. It just got dark here. It just hit nighttime here in Arizona. But without further ado, Jordyn, the double eviction happened. What are your thoughts? What are your feelings? How are you feeling?
I somewhat wish we would have went live right after, only because I was very, very angry.
Yeah, me too.
But I guess at the end of the day, it's a game and I'm seeing spots.
That's great.
We got to turn down the lights.
Please do, because we don't need you passing out while we're live. That's not a thing that we need to happen.
Yeah, it was fun. It was Fast and Furious.
Yes. I personally missed the anxiety of a double eviction where we didn't really know what was going to happen, because like it happened in BB 22, whatever the fuck that season was. Who even went in the double? Oh no, it was a triple. I forgot it was a triple.
It was a triple, the first triple in U.S. history.
And it was just, why are we going to do two doubles back to back? Like, just no. Like, that felt weird.
Was it double? Still. Was it, I'm trying to remember.
No, it was literally two separate HOHs and two separate vetoes, I think.
I think it was two.
I haven't watched it. If I'm going to be honest with you, I haven't watched it, but I heard it was a mess.
But was it, I think it was 2 hours, so it didn't feel as rushed.
Maybe I'll go watch that tonight.
That being said, I wish the episode was 2.5 hours. Well, like at least 2, because
there was so much that happened this week.
There was so much packed into this tiny little thing of an episode.
But as always, Arissa looking great.
I was living for the pink.
Yes.
I was living for the shoes. I want the shoes.
I also want the shoes.
I want Arissa's wardrobe.
Yes, yes,
That was
yes.
the moment. The episode
Absolutely.
started with basically
The
the
fallout of the veto.
fallout, the fallout of the veto. Ooh.
The fallout of the veto.
How do you think Vic handled herself post sitting her ass on the block?
Well, I mean, in a normal scenario, I would say, oh my God, she actually looked really shocked. But in reality, she kind of knew it was coming because of bananas. So I don't think she was too horribly surprised. Her reaction, though, seemed a little bit genuine at first. She was like, girl, what?
I was actually buying her reaction. And I haven't bought anything she sold me in this season.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, no. I mean, she obviously knew because the fucking DR asked her something that made her think about it and then put the whole house on slop and gave them bananas. So that's fun. I wish we had seen that because that really would have but production's never going to do that. But yeah, Vic is kind of shook. And then we see at this point, and they were still kind of there was a lot of waffling, like we talked about
waffles
on Wednesday's episode. We had all the waffles, the flip flops, the pancakes, the French toast. We had our whole breakfast discussion. But the throuple straight up tells her at this point that she's a dangerous player, to which Vic replies saying that she was never planning on putting up the throuple. Do you believe that, Jordyn?
Absolutely not.
I do, actually. There's going to be a difference of opinion here.
She knew, we'll talk about it after, but I felt like she knew she done fucked up when they put her back on the block. She knew.
Yeah.
She knew.
I think she realized, I'm glad that we'll get to it. We'll get to her evictions talk, but I am glad that she kind of admitted that she fucked up. Whatever. I don't care about this double, I'm gonna be honest. But I'm glad that she admitted in her exit interview with Arissa that she kind of fucked up not or
because
taking out Austin
generally I still post the episode after all of what happened last week. I still believe her best bet would have been Brayden and Austin.
100%. Bossy Glossy's would have been her best shot, but keeping the throuple at an arm's length. So I don't, and she said it.
I do think she would have nominated the throuple. I don't know if it would have happened right away, but I do think she would have, because looking at everything I know right now, there's no way this is not at least a final 5. There's no way.
With
the throuple. So I think Victoria knew that eventually she would probably have to turn on the throuple.
Yeah.
So I think she would have. I think because Victoria was ultimately a game player. So I think she, in the back of her head, I think she was looking at scenarios where she would put the throuple out.
Scenarios.
I
think if Vic had stayed for the double, I think if she had won, she probably would have put up the throuple. But we'll get to the double. The rest of the episode pre-double is basically just the house fight, which we did talk about on Wednesday's episode.
I went back and watched the full fight.
Oh, how did you feel about the full fight?
Okay, I enjoyed it. It was definitely a better host meeting than the first host meeting of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Some of the best television we've seen on BBCAN in years, if I'm being honest.
right.
Like, it's just
And
so good.
especially the admittance of, yeah, I was the invisible HOH.
Yeah.
And she outed the oddballs, and it was just it was so juicy.
I
Like,
loved it.
if you haven't seen it, I think we're gonna tweet the link out because
Yeah.
watch it. Because
Like, yeah,
every
if you've
moment
got
of
like
it,
if you've got
37
37 minutes, if you've got 37 minutes to kill, like, do it. The other thing I will say, there were, because it did cut off at the very end where feeds went down. And at the very end we did see Vic calling Tara a bitch, which I thought was really funny because and then I think it was Tina initially was like, oh, that's too far, that's too far. I'm like, Tina, I love
was it
you,
too
but
far?
like, no, I wanted to see more. Like, honestly, I wanted
Yeah,
to see more.
I wanted to see more of the fight, and then I guess they all broke off kind of into the OLG room.
Yeah, and then we do also see post house fight meeting. The biggest thing for me was Brayden sort of playing damage control with the thruple because, like you said, Vic did out what was the oddballs, which only really lasted, like they said, for like a week and a half while Vic was HOH. And
Right.
so it was really nice, and I'm really liking the game that Brayden's playing still.
I want to say, like, hello, Brayden is the best liar in that house at the moment.
Absolutely.
Like, the way he handled the thruple
Mm-hmm.
was pretty masterful in my eyes.
Yeah. And like at this point, pre-eviction, I'm looking at the house, I'm like, this is literally like 8 really good game players and Tara. Like, is how I just felt.
What did you think of that HOH combo where Beth didn't seem bothered by the oddballs, but the boys were like, who the fuck? I want names. I want names.
It's so interesting, like seeing how completely different the boys are playing to how Beth is playing, and like what they each take more seriously. Because obviously, like, the boys know they're going to be targeted before Beth is ever targeted, and at least like
Right.
all three members of the throuple have very good self-awareness where they know what their position is in the game, and that's honestly why, like, I can't be horribly upset at the game any of them are playing. And like I said, at this point, pre-eviction, it feels like 8 great game players and Tara, because honestly, what has Tara done other than have her paranoia and complain? Like, that's pretty much like, and I wanted to like Tara preseason. In the cast assessment, I was all team Tara. But then she got into the house and just like became the annoying mother figure that nobody asked for.
I feel more of a mother vibe from Tina Thistle.
I do too, but I'm saying like motherly in the sense of like Tara's always cleaning up and being like, well, who put bread in the peanut butter jar? Why is there bread in the peanut butter jar? Like, and I understand that that's like frustrating. And I
That would
honestly,
frustrate the fuck out of me.
I would probably be that same person, but I would just have to like click it off where like I wasn't always annoying, but just like,
No, you know what I would do? It would fall accidentally into the trash bin.
gasp, Jordyn.
I would have netted the shit out of that. I
Oh
would have been
my
like, I am
god.
not touching the bread out
I
of the peanut
love
butter.
her. I love her. I love her. But no,
I
so then
I would have literally dropped it in the trash. Oops.
mm-mm,
And then I would have blamed it on
mm-mm.
someone like Tara.
Right. Well, I don't know. Do they have shopping budgets on BBCAN like they do with BBUK? Or is it
I
just like they
don't.
just get whatever they want? Because it kind of
I
seems
think
like
they
they get
get
like whatever
whatever
food they want.
they get whatever food they want. I feel like, but they don't get liquor.
Well, obviously, yeah.
Which I
I think
want more
honestly,
liquor. Big Brother, deliver the liquor.
I want the like BB. I love my favorite part of BBUK. Honestly, is the shopping lists and how much drama starts over the shopping lists. Like that's
I want
genuinely that was
18
my favorite part.
bananas. And if
Why
you fuck up the
18?
shopping list,
You're literally gonna get nominated by the entire house. Like I loved on BBCAN 5 when they kind of pulled from BBUK for Backwards Week. And they were like,
yeah,
everybody nominates. I wish they would do more twists like that in North American Big Brother. Just because I think that would be a really cool like idea. Probably not the public voting, because I think that would go very, very wrong in the
I
US.
wonder if we'll ever see the invisible HOH again.
I don't think so. I think we're going to see something like this in a different format, because clearly the invisible HOH was made to break up the throuple and then it didn't happen.
Now, yes, even though it was pre-planned, it was definitely made to break up the throuple. They were thinking that's what.
Well, to
I
break up
wonder
like
if production
whatever the power
seen.
alliance was.
I wonder if production see like during the casting process, did they see Beth ending up in a throuple? Like, do
Did
you
they
think
see a
Big Brother
throuple
foreseen that?
happening? I don't
But
think Big Brother could have.
it's not even a throuple now because we've added Breeden into the mix.
It's still the throuple for me. I'm still gonna refer to them as the throuple, because that's what it was, and that's what it like still kind of is. But anyway, we move on. We're really just trying to delay talking about the first eviction because I'm still sad. We get Tara in some
Canada is
athletic.
heartbroken.
Canada is heartbroken. The US
Did
is
you?
heartbroken too.
I kind of thought the way everybody was in athletic wear, I could have sworn we were going to get something really physical at one point.
I think they always default for like the double. They always default to athletic wear. Because there were some talks on feeds Tuesday and Wednesday about how they thought it was going to be a double. Like I remember specifically Rohan was talking about it being a double.
I feel like if
like,
you're a
what the
super
potential
fan
cost.
and you're in the house,
You know it's a
if
double.
you know your BB math, the double usually falls around the same time every year.
Yeah. I feel like they probably they thought this was either, I believe they were talking about it on feeds. They thought this was either going to be the double or like Buzzkilled. Was kind of like where
would
they thought
love
it
to
would
see
be.
Buzzkilled return.
I don't think we're getting it this season because there's like not enough players now. And I'm sad, Jordyn. I'm sad. I want some Buzzkilled.
Maybe
It's
we'll
my
see it
favorite comp
return in
for All
BBCAN
Stars.
10. Yeah.
I'm on board.
I one thing I do, we'll talk about it a little bit later, but yeah, it seems like a lot of BB alum are anticipating All Stars. Like it feels
There's a lot.
It feels like it's
about it.
not going to be a surprise. My heart wants a surprise, but I feel it coming. But I noticed a few of the alum tweeting about All Stars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Over the last few days.
I wonder if they would do like a BB9 situation where they air 2 seasons in 1 year and do All Stars that way and then do 11 in 2022.
That'd be fun.
I'd be down for that, honestly.
I'll be interested to see because it'll be interesting to see because casting usually opens in October, and I wonder if they will try to fake out that open call.
Yeah. Speaking of, did you see the open call? Did you see open calls are available for BBUS?
Interesting. Well,
Because
I
I was,
assume so after All
well,
Stars.
well, no, because I was under the impression that everything was virtual this year.
That's interesting.
So yeah, so I was kind of
I
interested
think
by that.
because of the vaccine rollout, restrictions seem to be loosening. Unless they're in Canada. So I'm not surprised. They're probably going to socially distant their open call.
I would hope so.
But if it's anything like a Canadian open call, it's
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because if I was applying this year, I probably wouldn't go to an open call unless I was fully vaccinated. So, and at this point, that's like a margin of the U.S. Like a lot of people, myself included, have gotten the first dose. Someone else is getting the first dose here very soon.
Yes. I think, I don't know. I know it'll be interesting to see. I'm sure people will post pictures. Ooh, BB22.
Yeah.
22? 23?
23.
What is it?
23. Oh, lighting change.
I'm relatively grateful that my light died.
Yeah. Well, on that note, should we talk about the night? Should we talk about? Oh, not that. Should we talk about the night the lights went out on Victoria's game, Jordyn?
Sure. Let's talk about it.
Yes.
It is
So we
good.
get Tara in some athletic wear. We get Victoria in this questionably ruched dress, still looking great, but questionably ruched. She looked
that
great.
dress was.
She looked great, but
she
questionable ruching.
The dress.
Questionable ruching.
The dress.
With the velour thigh highs.
Maybe that was it for me.
Is that a Hamilton thing?
Victoria's...
Like, is that a Hamilton thing?
Oh, the Schuyler sisters.
No, I meant Hamilton, Ontario.
Oh.
I meant Hamilton, Ontario!
I mean, I could have got like a modern Schuyler sisters outfit out of that one.
Out of a short dress and thigh-high black velour
the
heels.
Velour boots for me.
Oh no! But yeah, so
her makeup was fantastic. I'm just gonna say it. I was not a fan of the outfit.
She looked great, just questionable ruching. That's all I have to say on the matter. But regardless of the questionable ruching,
who else looked like a snack? Rohan.
Rohan did look good. Rohan always looks
Rohan
good.
looked like a snack.
Brayden looked like a Brayden was looking good for the double.
This cast is ridiculously attractive. They were all looking good in their athletic wear, even though it was athletic wear.
I also loved
one thing about. We'll talk about it during the HOH. So at this point, what did you think of Victoria's speech?
The pre-eviction speech or the post-eviction speech?
I want to. Well, she hasn't been evicted. Well, I guess she's been evicted. The speech in general.
I loved it. I thought her. So yes.
You think she should have threw more people under the bus?
No, because I don't think that's the kind of player that she is. I think she's a super fan. And unfortunately, as you probably know, because if you haven't watched the episode, go do it. Why are you listening to us? But by unanimous vote, Victoria was evicted. My winner pick is gone. but my winner pick lasted longer than Jordyn's, so I'm taking the win. Except I don't remember who Santi's was. Did we remember?
I might go back and listen because I am curious. What I will say is I still get more fashion out of my winner pick.
But I got more gameplay, so.
Julie was fucked over.
Oh, 100%.
She should still be there.
But she also messed it up for herself by talking too much.
Everybody that's been evicted has messed it up for themselves in some way or another.
Yes.
But
this is not
people in their alliance fucked them over.
This is not a Julie Vu podcast. This is a Big Brother Canada 9 podcast.
I'm gonna start an episode all about Julie Vu and her eviction outfits.
I can't with you. But yeah, I think the way that she went out was so classy. Like, she knows that, like, as a super fan, like, I just like I'm just sending all of my love to Victoria.
Did you enjoy the twerk on the stairs on
Of course I did.
The way out?
Of course I did.
I
love that she fully stopped and just did it. 100%.
She committed. That could have gone
so bad.
So wrong.
That could
you
have
imagine?
Gone. Oh my god, no.
If like she missed a step and like went down.
Oh no. I don't need more injuries. We had one today. We'll talk about it when we get to spoilers. We had an injury today.
Yeah, so that was a risk.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God she didn't fall down the stairs.
Yeah. But yeah, we get her eviction speech, and it's basically just her being like, it's Arissa being like, oh my god, I love you. And Victoria going, oh my god, I love you. And then Arissa going like, why did you fuck up? And she goes, I know I fucked up. And that was about it, because we got like 2 minutes of her. But I would just like to take this moment, Jordyn. Thank you, Victoria, for giving us all of the gameplay that we wanted to see this season. I'm so genuinely mad that you were 9th, but you provided so much entertainment. You're easily one of the best BBCAN players of all time, even though you went out first juror.
Those watching us live on YouTube, what did you guys think of Victoria's game? Let us know in the comments below.
Yes,
I will be highlighting things from the chat.
We love to see it. So yes, unfortunately, we can't keep talking about Victoria. We have to move on because this is a double. So we get a good old before and after HOH comp. And I don't know about you, Jordyn. This seemed really hard. Like, all of these questions were really difficult.
I would have won.
I knew, like, I think I scored 4. I think I got 4, or 3 or 4.
I was unanimous because I was playing along.
I was as well.
I was unanimous. I probably would have got more questions correct.
Mm-hmm.
I know my BB events. So, in future seasons, if I ever find myself on Big Brother Canada, I don't think I'd be leaving in a double eviction, unless I leave before the double.
Well, it's not always before and after, but I know what you mean. This wouldn't have been my comp. I feel like if there were other people around me who were like as mediocre as I was, maybe I would have been in a tiebreaker. But like, before and after is never going to be the comp that I'm going to win. Like, that's just not my comp. But I'm glad that you got all the questions right. And you know who else got all the questions right, Jordyn?
Kiefer.
I was on a Zoom call watching this episode, and fully when Kiefer won, all of our faces dropped. Like, we were all just like, motherfucker.
Okay.
And like the next two people too were Ty and Tina, and like,
when Kiefer won HOH, I was like, okay, I know who the noms are.
Yeah.
I hate that his HOH reign was that predictable. I think for his game, I don't know why he thinks Jed and Ty are good for him. And we'll get to it. But like,
I have a lot of thoughts about the final 7 at this point. But yeah, so
wanted, because Kiefer seems like a fan.
Kiefer is
I don't know
a super fan. Kiefer's a super fan.
So
he talked about it, yeah.
I would have liked more blood.
I would have as well, but I want to harken back to his cast bio for the Hottest of Seconds. Because I will say everything we've gotten from Kiefer thus far this season is what he told us he was going to bring. He, more than anyone, and I remember this distinctly, he more than anyone said that he was going to play a loyal game. And whoever he decided to align with, those were his people. And so, like, when Kiefer wins the double eviction HOH, am I shocked at all that he's still loyal to the throuple? Absolutely not. I do think, for what it's worth, a lot of people online have talked about how they don't like Kiefer's game. I think Kiefer's playing a great game. I think being in that much.
I think is in a really good position, and we'll get to it. Because there are some in the house that I think are in a good position.
You know who wasn't?
You know who wasn't in a good position?
Brayden and Rohan, because they were nominated by Kiefer. I'm not really surprised. I knew it was going to be some combination of them and TNT. Like, that was kind of just the given. Not shocked whatsoever. So we get to this veto, and it's obvious. And I love how you spelled.
Can we talk about how fun the veto looked?
Can we talk about how you spelled Brayden's name wrong again? If you're watching the visual, you can see. Anyway, veto. So yeah, I loved this veto. I love a maze. But yeah, so it was Ro and Bray.
What did you think of the sword going through?
I loved it.
How
honestly,
would you have
I was
done?
I would have won this competition 100%. I'm really good at mazes.
Yeah, me too. I
think my adrenaline may have like forced me to fuck up at some point, but I think I easily would have won.
When I was watching Ro, he made some early mistakes, and I think that's what ultimately costed him that. Yeah. Because it was Rohan's competition to win.
I really wanted to see him win his 4th veto in a row. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yes, because if he would have won his 4th veto, that would have been a BBCAN. I don't know. Is that US?
That would have been a record.
Is it US record or is it just Canadian?
In a row or number? Because in a row, I think it's a record.
Okay. Because he was 1 win away from breaking something.
Yeah. The only other person that I think, and I don't remember for sure, but the only other person I could think of that may have a 3 veto in a row record is Janelle. That's the only person that comes to mind. Janelle or maybe
Janelle's original season?
Yeah, probably 6. I don't think 7, because I don't think 7 she won a lot. But 6,
I wish she would have pulled out those veto wins during BB22.
I wish she would have won. I wish she would have won a comp on BB22, but it's fine.
I would have also liked a win from Janelle. I wanted more for Danny's game.
But this isn't a BB22 podcast, Jordyn.
No,
this is a BBCAN 9 podcast. So yeah,
I think it was an interesting. I wanted more. I wanted more blood. Ultimately, we ended up getting a Taichung POE win.
Well, I was
what did you think of getting after the commercial break? He pulled. Ro went into OLG with him, and
Bray came shortly after.
Yeah, but like when Rohan made a very good point. that
Rohan
Tyshawn,
made the best point.
yeah.
And Ty said, no, I'm in a throuple, basically. Like,
Oh,
I wanted
So-
Tina to win that veto.
that would have been an interesting.
Because we didn't even talk about, so it was Brayden and Roe in the veto, as well as Ty, Tina, and Beth were the players in the veto. But yeah, I wanted a Tina. Tina was very close to winning. Tina was second place. And I was like, come on, Tina. Come on, Tina. Give us a win, Tina, please. I want a win from Tina.
I think we'll get it. I think it's coming. I feel it.
I hope so. I hope so.
I feel it.
Yeah.
But didn't Ty say he was going to win something? That was basically the combo he had with Brayden, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
I liked his combo with Roe because Roe made a very good point. Like, I am always going to be a target in front of all three of you. Why they didn't take out Brayden, beyond me. Because if I'm in that scenario, I vote out Brayden.
they are buying what Brayden is selling so hard.
Which I love for Bray. I
love that for my Calgary homeboy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know what they're. Yeah. I was very, very, very upset to see Rohan leave.
Well, we haven't even gotten to the veto meeting yet, Jordyn. Spoilers.
Well,
but yeah, so the veto's not used. Shocker. And in another unanimous vote, Rohan is evicted. Shocker. Like, I hate when there's two unanimous votes in a fucking double. Like, the double is not the time to have unanimous votes. The double is the time to make a big fucking move. And unfortunately, Kiefer couldn't make the move
Make a fast move.
I was praying for a backdoor. Be like, actually, Jed, get on the block. Like, I would have fucking died. But obviously that's not the case.
Okay, before we move on from this, because obviously, spoiler, whatever. Do you think Tina Thistle would have used the veto?
Yeah, I do actually. I think.
Do you think she would have pulled Roe down? Because I feel like Roe has been house enemy number one for the longest, and I don't really get it.
No, I think actually I don't know. I think Tina may have used. Oh wait, no. I'm gonna change my answer to no, only because if Tina had won and taken someone down, the only other person Kiefer would have put up would be Tara. So no, Tina would not have used the veto. Unless Kiefer made a move against the throuple, but he wasn't about to do that. So no, I don't think Tina would use the veto.
He seems very pro throuple, and I think the thruple's gonna fuck him over.
And we can talk about, actually, with the spoilers as well, once we get through spoilers, I do kind of want to talk about, like, the position that all of our Final 7 is in, since we are now actually halfway through the season. But yeah, so we lose. Well, there were 14 people to start, and now there are 7 people left. So yes, we are actually, Jordyn, halfway through the cast.
Do we think? We'll go into this in speculation corner.
But yeah, I'm genuinely really sad that we lost Victoria and Rohan in one night. I was actually I was kind of coming around to Rohan, just based solely on the fact that he won 3 vetoes in a row. Like, that's kind of fierce. So
okay. It's safe for me to say something now. He was who I wanted there, and why I wouldn't openly cheer for him was because I feared for him.
That's fair.
But yeah, he was also one of the players I would have liked to have seen win this. Yeah. It's interesting that he said Brayden could win this.
Because I think Brayden could.
I think Brayden has a long way to go, but he
I
is
agree.
in one of the better positions.
Yeah. So do we want to talk about the positioning of the house, or do we want to talk about the spoilers for the week first?
Why don't we talk about... Ooh, where is it?
Is there a comment?
No. Double fiction.
Oh.
Where's my speculation corner banner?
Oh no, did you get rid of the speculation corner banner? Oh no, not this.
Actually, I'm looking for the
Well,
spoiler one.
Well, while
So,
Jordyn is doing that, if you do
are listening, yeah, run. We know who's
run away
HOH.
if you don't.
Run.
We do. Run away. Okay. I'm gonna stall a little bit longer. I don't really care anymore. Okay. Oh, Jordyn. The throuple won again. But this time it's Jed.
Jetson won something.
No. Oh, I mean, like, I'm happy for Jed. I'm gonna
be honest. I'm gonna like triple, thruple, whatever. I'm oversaying their thrupelishness. I'm gonna say something. I do feel like Jetson is playing a pretty good game, and I do think he deserves to still be there.
Absolutely.
But I would have liked to have seen him booted up during the double.
That's kind of where I'm at as well. Like, I'm just never going to root for the dominant alliance. That's just never how I am personally. Do I think Beth, Jed, and Ty are playing great games? Absolutely. But yeah, I would have liked, honestly, anyone else. Now, did you hear the tea about the HOH comp? And this is like recent.
Yeah, wasn't it like a rumor thing?
Yeah, so there's a rumor, and we'll probably see it on Monday, maybe. But there's a rumor that Tara quit the HOH comp.
Ooh.
And that she was like yelling at other house
temper
guests
tantrums
because she knows she's in a delicate position.
She must have fucked up doing. Okay, but what was the HOH?
No clue.
Do we have any idea?
No.
Because I thought I seen on Twitter that it was related to popularity.
Oh no, you're right. So
it was kind of like a touchy subjects kind of thing.
Yeah, it was like the balls in the tube thing, and that's how you were eliminated. Which I don't understand. Why are we doing that at Final 7?
So it was a form of endurance?
For like endurance, popularity, knockout, I think. The first HOH comp from BB20. Do you remember that one where they had to like grab the ball, like do like the balance beam, grab the thing, and then put it into the thing and eliminate people?
Ooh. I remember that now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's what this comp. It sounds like that's what this comp was, and so I'm curious as to how Tara quit.
Yeah. Did she just stop doing it?
That's what I'm thinking.
That's interesting. And it's interesting that Jed won that.
I'm not surprised Jed won that at all.
It just goes to show that, like, the position he's currently in.
Mm-hmm.
And he decided to take Tara to Wendy's. Does Tara deserve Wendy's after allegedly quitting?
Is Tara, now here's my question. Is Tara the only person left who hasn't gone on a Wendy's? Because I feel like Jed would probably pull that thing of like, who hasn't gone on a Wendy's yet? And I'm pretty sure the only person is Tara. Because Beth and Bray have gone. Tina went. Kiefer's gone because he was HOH.
Didn't Kiefer go on like a Victoria?
Well, Kiefer was HOH, so he had to have done a Wendy's at least once.
Yeah, but I think he also he's done it twice.
I thought it was Tina that's done it twice. I think Ty's
It might
also
be.
done one. I don't remember. So it literally would have been Jed and Tara would have been left. So I feel like that's
Okay.
probably what happened.
Family aside, there's no room for babies in Big Brother. I get so annoyed.
You signed up for this, Jordyn. You signed up for this. You signed up for
You
this, Jordyn.
signed up for this. You signed up for this.
You signed up for 70 days, Jordyn.
Tara. You took a spot from somebody that could have wanted to be there.
You took a spot from Julie Vu.
You took a spot from Julie Vu.
Julie Vu also went out in an 11-2 vote, so I don't think anyone took a spot from Julie. The house said bye, love.
They fucked Julie over. But
that's but again, this is not a Julie Vu
from
podcast.
Someone that a fan, someone that wanted to be there. You took a spot.
Another 5-foot mom. Another 5-foot mom. There's probably another 5-foot mom in Canada that wants her spot. And you know what? She can't have that spot because Tara decided to take the spot. And then there's probably an alternate out there. That poor alternate. But no,
as we already seen this season, alternates have finally
remember
been.
Remember that. Remember preseason? Remember how fucking messy preseason was?
Wow.
That feels like lifetimes ago, and it was only like a month and a half ago.
I want to know if the two Kyles have had a conversation.
They did have a Twitter conversation, I know at the very least. Because fake Kyle Moore replied to real Kyle Moore and was like, oh, because I think Kyle in the house Moore tweeted like, I come out and there's like an alternate and another Kyle, and then fake Kyle Moore was like, oh boy, you have no idea, or something along those lines. So I think they may have also been on a podcast together. Unsure, but I'm pretty sure they've talked, and I'm on board. I'm on board for the Kyles.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so Jed is HOH.
This
season was a disaster. So Jed is HOH. Nominations have not happened. I just double checked.
It's been a beautiful disaster.
Yeah. We are pretty sure some combination of Tina, Tara, and Brayden is going on the block.
Yes.
Which is upsetting. I just hope that if Tina is up, that Tina can win the veto.
Hopefully she plays Big Brother and wins her first veto.
That's the other thing I want to talk about. The double eviction, Tina Thistle, not only looking great, but I loved the what are you at shirt. I was like, I want that now too.
She was prepared with merch this season.
I think that's I don't think that's a Tina shirt. I think that's a Newfoundland shirt.
I just like Tina shirts this season. I wasn't sure I would love the whole like t-shirt thing all the time, but I'm living for Tina Thistle. I love Tina Thistle.
Tina's bringing the fashion. I still love. People are saying Tina's not playing the game, and I would disagree. I think Tina is playing the game.
I also would disagree because, yeah. Let's look at our. Who do you want to start with? Let's look at our final 7.
Well, I was gonna say, who do you think generically? Who do you think is in the best position? Who do you think is in the worst? Is kind of where I was going to approach it with.
Okay.
And I can start because I have both of mine.
Okay.
So I think the best position in the house right now is I'm going to start with my worst position. Obviously, worst position in the house I think is Tara. Because like now that Rohan is gone, she is like she's been a target for a while, but like a delayed target. And now we're at that point in Final 7 where like later on down the line targets are now the actual targets.
Yes.
As far as best position in the house, I'm gonna say Beth. And I know that feels weird, but I have a justification.
It was really weird. Okay.
So I was going to say Brayden. I think Brayden is the other person that is in a very good position. My thing with Brayden is I don't think Brayden has a better connection and relationship with TNT than Beth does. I think Beth has a better relationship with TNT, even though she just put Tara up on the block. And especially because Beth, quote unquote, saved her in the Victoria eviction. Like, I think Tara's gonna be, if Tara wins HOH next week, if she survives, I don't see her targeting Beth before she targets other people.
Okay.
But I think, I don't know. I think I could also throw Tina up in there, but I don't think Tina is as close with the boys. And I would also throw Kiefer up there, but I think it's honestly like a very close race between the other 6 house guests. And Tara is very clearly at the bottom. But I'm going to say I think Beth is in the best position right now.
Okay. I don't want to be boring, but also feel very similar. I'm going to say best position, maybe Brayden, just with how he handled the throuple this week.
Totally.
And like, I want to say Brayden is dangerously the best liar currently in the house. So
Absolutely.
that is why I would say Brayden, because he is actually, like, he's good with the throuple. I feel like he's good with Tina. I haven't, like...
I think Bray is better with Tina and Beth is better with Tara, is kind of the position I'm feeling.
And so one thing I did find interesting before I mention who I also believe is in the not the best position, it was interesting to me that only 3 of the Sunsetters did the Sunsetter thing in the vote out. That was interesting to me.
Only 3 of them.
Jed, Ty, and Ro were the only ones in the Sunsetters that did the...
And Ro? Ro didn't do it.
No, Jed and Ty.
You said Jed, Ty, and Ro.
Oh, well, Jed, Ro. I have Ro on the brain. Wow. Okay.
I was about to sing that, but I don't want to
Jed, Ty, and
Kiefer.
Yeah.
Well, there's a clear reason why that's the case, my dear Jordyn, because Beth didn't vote.
She voted out Ro. She voted out Ro very gleefully.
Right. Fuck, you're right. I completely forgot about that. I forgot it was a double. Oh, you're right. You're so right. You're so right. You're so right.
Isn't that interesting?
I'm not surprised, honestly.
I think Beth might... She's good with the boys, but maybe she's not feeling so good with Kiefer these days.
Oh, no. The 3 of them have talked about wanting to get Kiefer out sooner rather than later. So, like, honestly, if one of the noms comes down... Yeah, the
Thrupple's gonna fuck Kiefer over.
Yeah, no. I definitely think if one of the noms comes down, I wouldn't be completely shocked if Jed takes a shot at Kiefer. I think it's a better move than taking out one of the 3.
Jury starting, I feel like they all want to make their resume
100%
to the end.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could
definitely
see that.
I could see a Kiefer renom situation. Potentially a backdoor, but that's probably not going to happen because most people playing the veto.
I feel like it's gonna be Brayden, Tina, or a Brayden Tara kind of nomination situation.
I think it's going to be TNT. Like, I genuinely do.
But I'm trying to hold out hope that Tina doesn't get nominated. Even though, like, I don't really want Brayden to get nominated either. He's been on the block too much.
This would be his, what, 4th or 3rd?
I feel like he's been double.
He was up against Austin, double. This would be his 3rd. Because it was Austin who was on the block prior. I was going to say, is there, like, talk about, like, not being up on the block yet, but there's 4 people who haven't touched the block. Because none of the throuple and Tina
none
Thistle.
of the throuple, and 3 of them are in an alliance. So the only one that hasn't touched the block that could touch the block this week is Tina.
And I think she will. I definitely think it's gonna. I am too. I definitely think it's gonna be Tina and Tara. I think they're gonna. I think. I don't know.
Will they evict? Will they evict Tara on the anniversary of?
No, it would have been Monday. Monday would have been the anniversary. So there's no anniversary for Tara, I don't think. Unless there's another one that she hasn't talked about. No, so it would have been. So what she was saying about that was it's on Monday. But if she had won the HOH, it would have aired on Monday. And that's the anniversary. That's what she was talking about with the olds.
During the fight?
No, before the fight.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see a final 5 without the throuple.
I think the only way that they don't make final 5 together is if one of Tina, Tara, and Brayden wins HOH next week. Because Kiefer's not going to take the shot. I don't think
have better odds.
Take the shot immediately. Yeah.
So, like, here's the thing. Endurance is coming. Like, something truly endurance-y has got to be coming.
And I fear, because you know who's out of this cast. Well, no. You know who I fear is probably going to be the best at an endurance comp out of the rest of this cast, Jordyn?
Tara.
Tara.
Oh, yeah, because she's a little person.
Not a little person. She's just 5 foot. But no, like, if you look,
I'm not meaning little person in a derogatory sense. Let's clear that up.
I just wanted to clarify. But no, like, if you look at the endurance comps, like,
she's
if you look
smaller person.
If you look across the endurance comps, Johnny won the first endurance comp of BBCAN 6. Smaller person. Love Johnny. Paris won. No, Paris didn't win. Paris didn't win anything until the end. Kayla won an endurance comp.
The battle back one.
Cindy won the battle back. I think of Danny in season 8. I think of Danielle in season 7. What's her face?
Did Nicole win?
Which one?
Endurance? Little Nicole?
Franzel? Or Anthony?
No. Anthony.
No, because the only HOH she won was the double.
Oh, I thought that there was a... Okay. I think she would have been able to win an endurance, though.
Who won that endurance? It was a guy, wasn't it?
I think so.
Was it Mickey? Was it that piece of shit? I hope not. The only other thing I want to talk about, because we're getting dangerously close to an hour live, Jordyn.
I know. It's actually, like, for someone that's currently got a migraine, it's actually flown by.
Oh, absolutely. I looked and I was like, an hour? An hour!
One thing I wanted to... waiting for you.
Oh, I was going to say
you're waiting for me.
Oh, the only other spoiler thing I have is we had an injury today. Kiefer cut himself with a potato peeler. So feeds were down for a little bit, and the funniest part of feeds today, Tara was talking to Kiefer's wife on feeds, being like, I don't know how you put up with Kiefer 24/7, and then Sherry on Tina's Twitter was like, yeah, how do you put up with him? And Kiefer's Twitter, I believe run by his wife, was like, it's not 24/7, I can tell you that much. And I was just like, yeah.
Oh,
so good. I was just like, that's one of my favorite Twitter things from the entire season. That, and did you see the carb memorial on Twitter? It was like
tag me in this card.
one of the. I wish I had it. I wish I had the link right now. We may tweet it later. But yeah, one of the carb stands was like, Kyle, you taught me something. Austin, you taught me something. Ro, you taught me something. And then Tina's #1 fan Twitter account was like, it's not like they're dead. Like, calm down. This is too much. And I was like, and the photo was all of their baby photos from when Big Brother like posted those.
Yeah, I seen the baby photos.
Those were, we never talked about those, and I'm glad we didn't, because I didn't really want to. Like, that was just weird.
Big Brother Canada does that every season, I believe. I feel like I've seen
really?
Everyone's baby photos at one point or another.
Oh, I don't remember that at all. But what were you going to bring up before I think we get off
forgot.
The lives? Oh no! Oh no! Well, I'll start doing the outro, and then if you remember, just cut me off. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us live or after the fact. The double happened. Woo!
Oh!
Did you remember?
Is it going to be the only double eviction we see this season?
I would be really surprised if they did another one, seeing as how there's only 7 people left, and they're not doing one this week.
I feel like we're about the ball pit. We're in the ball pit. I feel like a power is somewhere in that house.
I just need Tina to get it. I need Tina to get it. There has to be. Point.
Also, where the fuck is Marsha the Moose?
Where is Marsha? Marsha has a Twitter also. Go follow Marsha. I think it's Marsha BBCAN 9, I think is what it is.
Marsha the Moose has changed her name to BBCAN 9.
I think the @ is @Marsha BBCAN 9, I think.
She's usually Marsha the Moose.
I don't remember. Let me look it up. I'm actually kind of curious. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for joining us while I look up Marsha's Twitter for everybody.
Everyone go follow Marsha. Marsha is a fan of mine. She loves me. I love Marsha.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Her name changed to Marsha #BBCAN9. But yes, go follow Marsha @Marsha_the Moose on Twitter. Icon, legend, and star Marsha the Moose. And with that being said, thank you so much for joining us. We will be back Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time after the Wednesday episode of BBCAN 9 to review Monday and Wednesday's episodes of BBCAN 9. Hopefully some fun things. Oh. Circle, start a private chat with Jordyn.
Ooh. We are covering the Circle Netflix.
Yay!
That didn't go as smooth as I wanted it to.
I was confused the whole time, but sure. So yeah, we are very excited as BBCAN season is slowly coming to an end. Unfortunately, we are going to be moving on to bigger and better and shorter things. And yes, we will be reviewing the Circle US, the Circle UK. If you haven't watched the most recent series that just ended today, go do it because it's easily one of the best series of reality TV ever. I will not spoil the winner, but I will say I was spoiled. I have not watched the finale, but I know who wins. So I'm annoyed at that.
I know who wins. I know who wins, but I haven't watched it. I'm halfway through. I've just been super distracted.
The season? The season or oh, good. Yeah, this season was really, really good. I hope that, I mean, obviously the UK is the premiere version of The Circle, the original. But I hope that this season of Circle US holds up as much as the original one does. But yes, so we will have.
Well, there seems to be a UK contestant.
I'm going to save my thoughts on Miss Chloe from Too Hot to Handle for our cast assessment.
Essex. I'll be working on my Essex.
Sparkle to Ace! Sparkle to Ace! If you know, you know. But yeah, so we will be putting out a
cast assessment.
A cast assessment next week on maybe Tuesday. Maybe not Tuesday.
With an exact moment, but we will be back.
It's probably going to be
Monday. We will be back
Tuesday.
before the BBCAN episode.
Yes, absolutely. And we have other lovely, wonderful things on the horizon for you all, including a popular song contest that some of you may know, and some fabulous artists doing fabulous things in various parts of the world. That was the most vague description of that show that I've ever. But yeah, so if you're listening to us live or after the fact, thank you so much. If you want to give us suggestions on shows that we should be covering for the near future, as BBCAN 9 is coming to a close here in about a month, let us know in the comments on YouTube, on any of the streaming platforms. You can also follow us individually.
We will be back. Like, we are going... We're still, like... Let's not get it twisted. We will still have your BBCAN coverage throughout the rest of the season. We're just upping our life.
We're kicking it into high gear right now. And so if you have other things you want us to cover, again, comment, do all those things.
Tweet
you can follow us. Yeah, tweet either of us at Jordyn Legacy, at Gym Leader Logan with an extra N at the end. You can also tweet at BBCAN Source, or if you want just the podcast, at the Fallout TV as well. Let us know what we should be covering. Let us know if you want to cover things with us, perhaps. Maybe that's a thing we could do.
We might be willing to have guests coming in.
I like the concept of guests.
Anything is possible.
Yes.
Anything is possible. Santi will just be BB. He has decided life is too busy, but
yeah.
We love him. He'll probably pop in every once in a while.
We love him.
We're back with him this week.
Yay.
Wednesday night.
Fabulous.
What time is the episode?
8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
So we'll be back 9:30?
No, that's the time we're going live.
Oh, okay. 8:30. We're going live at 8:30.
8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Fallout TV.
Big Brother is on at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes, that is correct. The schedule this season has been all kinds of crazy.
They keep changing it. Okay, we're leaving. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Help.